Well, hello, friends, neighbors. John, your Whiskey neighbor here. Welcome down to the Whiskey Nook. It's Sunday, so we're going to look at a couple of samples, and I've got some samples from a really generous fellow, Michael from Michigan. He sent 4 cask strength bourbon samples and a whole bottle of this JTS Brown. So, wow, a gentleman. Thank you, Michael. So today we are going to look at E.H. Taylor. This is the 2019 barrel proof. E.H. Taylor first, and then we'll do Knob Creek. This is the Whiskey Wives barrel pick from 2020. Oh, it even tells me the warehouse. Cool. So we'll do E.H. Taylor from Buffalo Trace. We'll do Knob Creek from Jim Beam. 3, 4. Thanks for staying with me through the opener. And thanks again to Michael. Boy, I sure really appreciate the samples that have been coming in. It just gives me a chance to expand my range, especially for bottles that I just can't find. So this 2019 is 64.65%. Interesting. With this, E.H. Taylor is known to be mash bill number 1. Same as Buffalo Trace and... oh boy, I'm not going to get them all right now. But at any rate, it's known as their slightly lower rye, probably up to 10% rye, lots of corn, a bit of barley. See what we get on it. Nice nose. Like we're in good bourbon country here. It's a little spicy, it's a little caramel. A slight bit of butter on that. Not getting an overwhelming amount of oak or char on the nose. Smells like good bourbon. Let's give it a try. Cheers. What a good flavor ride there. We've got spicing, cinnamons, little pepper, but that's also possibly part of the 65%. I get quickly into a light fruiting, more of a red apple, a little less than a cherry, but a little bit of fruit, and then the oak starts singing its tune. So we got some nice oak, not heavy, not bitter char, but a good balance. Overall, I'm gonna try with a bit of water, of course, but overall, really nice for a big hitter like that. Yeah, inviting, slightly spicy, sweet caramel nose. Richer. Now got a little more cooked butter. Oak coming through, wood spicing now, so a little bit woody. The spices stay close to that cinnamon range though. And the fruit is that nice ripe apple for me. It's not appley. I'm trying to describe a fruit note, right? But is it kind of sharper like a cherry, or is it more mellow? And for me, it is a little more mellow fruit. So that's why I'm saying like, oh, okay, I've got a bit of apple turnover, cooked apple pie type apple more. It's not like appley, but it's that nice. From that pie, now that I've said that, you've got that interplay between a bit of grain note, kind of like the crust, and then the cinnamon, and then the juices from whatever fruit's in there. This is good. Michael, you are too kind. Obviously, I don't rate samples, but I like that. Second sample here from Michael. Again, so kind. This is a Knob Creek single barrel. It says Whiskey Wives barrel pick on it. And there's more. Aside from 120 proof, it talks about being in Warehouse 7, Floor 4, Rick 51. Pretty cool. being Knob Creek, it should have a little more rye than mash bill number 1 from Buffalo Trace, but we'll see what we get on the whiskey. Okay, so this, there's a little bit of a dusty note to it that I haven't got on Knob Creek before, a little dusty corn. And then we relax into some cinnamons. That's about it. Maybe oak on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Hope you've got some strong bourbon to pour and sip along with. Cheers. Certainly Knob Creek for me. It is spicier, so yeah, it's got that bright cinnamon, but I have to add some cracked pepper. The fruit is tighter or sharper, so for me it does move a little more toward a cherry, a ripe cherry. And there's a bit of Jim Beam nuttiness. It's not like Old Tub peanut brittle, but there's definitely some nuttiness. Give it another quick sip. So tasty. So, do I like both of these? I love both of these. In comparison, the Knob Creek is spicier. The EH is a little sweeter honey. But quite inviting coming back from the Knob Creek. Well, that's pretty hot. Second time back into it. Had a bit more heat. Stayed light, sweet, honey, caramel, oak. Knob Creek. Add some darkerness, darker, a little more char oak, a little cracked pepper, and a nuttiness that I don't get over here. So, boy, I like them both. Would gladly have a bottle of either. And thank you again, Michael, for sending them to me. Just a really great couple of samples. If you can find them in your area for a decent price and you like bold, strong bourbon, I mean, now even as I talk, edges of my tongue is still going, ooh, yoo-hoo. There's some spice coming through. So these are some tasty, tasty bourbon. Thanks for joining me down here. It's really nice to have the opportunity to try some of these big samples with you. Clearly, if you like big, bold bourbon, I think either one of these would be worth chasing down. I don't know the cost of these specifically in my area. Chasing Knob Creek single barrel is always a better value than almost any other single barrel picks out there. I don't know if it's the same for you, but certainly this E.H. Taylor is just fantastic. So thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a fantastic week.